on Jennifer's takeover on her Costco Facebook page.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
And these are her two darling cute puppies.
This is Oliver, and this is Jax. I think he's had enough filming. He's passed out, but Oliver is still wide awake and ready to participate.
So exciting, we're in our fifth segment. Like I said, we're going to be talking about like when rooms just don't look right. And so Jennifer's going to talk a little bit about that. Then at the end of this Facebook Live, we're going to announce more winners for our Facebook Live.
So we've got pillows at the end of this segment that we're giving away, and we have a mattress at our grand prize that we're going to give away at 3 o'clock hour. So I get asked that question all the time, like my room just doesn't feel quite right, but I don't know why. You don't have to be a designer to pull off the perfect room. There are some things that we look for in every room we go into, and it doesn't matter what the room is. It could be a living room, it could be a bedroom, be a bathroom. We assess it with there's many things we look for, but the main things are floor level, mid-level, eye level, and then ribboning. And that could sound confusing, but it's not. And I'm going to show you an example right here in my living room.
Okay.
And then you can grade me and see if you think I pulled it off or didn't. And then I'm going to show you an example in another room. So you'll see it two different styles and two different looks, and it really doesn't matter what room. Everything applies. Even if it's an office, the same principles apply. If it's your kids' room, the same principles apply. So when you look at the ground level, what that means, so when you assess a room, if it's feeling like it's just leggy or something just not quite right, or it's too airy or not finished, look at the ground, and that could be that you need an area rug, or the area rug hasn't been matched properly with the rest of the room. It could also mean that you have too many leggy pieces of furniture. So we've all seen the living room that has legs on the sofa, legs on the chair, and legs on the coffee table. So a way to fix that is not have all legs. So for example, have an upholstered or a skirted sofa, and then have legs on your chair. Like this chair's over here, we've got legs, and I've got legs on the coffee table. It wouldn't work if I had legs here, and legs here. So that just brings grounding to the room, and it doesn't feel too airy. With the area rug, you want to bring that color then up to the mid-level, because you want the whole room to flow. So the mid-level, if you happen to have dogs that match, I tend to have to ribbon this color around the room frequently because they're everywhere. They're part of the decor. But the mid-level is the area of like the accent pillows. And so you want to make sure you've got color from the floor to that mid-level. Some of the other things that you can do to address the mid-level are lampshades, even your pots on your plants, and that accessory level. So it's that whole middle area that if you don't bring some of the color that's from the ground here, it just almost feels like it's void of the right something, but you don't know why. And then at that mid-level, especially the mid-level, you want to ribbon it around the room. And what that means is if you have a dominant color, you want to try to use it about 3 times. So for example, I've got charcoal here on the pillows, and I've moved that in some gray tones, some oyster tones too. So I've moved the oyster tones over here, and then in this chair, I brought some of that same charcoal tone and some of the oyster color here, and then addressed it also in these end tables and then in the coffee table. I've on purpose added a raw looking rustic wood to the coffee table so that everything wasn't too sleek. And then when you move up to actually lampshades, because the lampshades matter. Let's talk about the lampshades. Lampshades on purpose, right now the light bulb on there is a little bit yellowy, but I changed that light bulb out a few times because you could have put a light bulb in the lamp and it could give a blue hue, and then it looks like you have a bright white lampshade, but you can also warm it up. The light bulb color, should test out a couple different light bulbs, and you're really shocked at how the color changes, and that's an accent item. And then the tint of your lampshade should work with that middle color you have, because it's a dominant item in your room.
Now, what do you think about having like a color? Like for example, in mine, I have some red accents, but I have a red lampshade. So is that like probably too much? I just stay more with neutrals?
It actually might work. If you had all red in one corner of the room and nowhere else, then yeah, I'd probably lose the red lampshade. But if you've got red on the other side of the room and red in the lampshade, it sounds like you're ribboning it really well. And then it works. because it's a great place to add the color if you need a shot of color.
All right, so you just want to make sure that you kind of are making the different colors kind of around the room.
Yeah, ribbon it around so you don't load.
Okay.
So a lot of times someone will load their sofa with one color of pillows, but
Right.
they never address it anywhere else.
Got it.
And the other place that you can address really easily with color are in books. And I'm going to show you in a second on the sofa table
Okay.
how you do that. But oftentimes you can use books as your accent color and match those jacket colors so that you're like, coffee table books are meant to be decorative. You don't have to worry about the content you're reading. Buy the right colors, and that's an easy way to distribute color around the room. And then when you get up to the eye level, plants are a great way to address a color source. But if you have just one lone tree on its own, it's not as impactful. So you'll notice this green, I've ribboned on purpose around the room and use that as an accessory. So I've got the tree here, I've got a plant behind you on the sofa table, right in the center of the coffee table, and I've purposely
and then
placed
the
them.
green over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even on the shelf up to the left of the fireplace, I've got green up there on the shelf with the accessory items and brought some of the same colors from the pillows up to the accessory items. So keeping you back up on eye level, a tree is a great way to add color up high, but also your draperies. And so your drapery rod matters as well. So if you have like a silver drapery rod and gold lamps, that might feel a disconnect. So if you have black or charcoals or iron, like there's iron on the coffee table, you can bring that iron from the leg on the coffee table up to that drapery rod.
Okay.
Coordinate your drapery rod with something else that's going on in the room, and it will just magically feel like it came together better. And then with the draperies you choose, this is a big opportunity. You don't have to have draperies. In fact, a lot of rooms are going without draperies right now. I like them when they just fade away and they soften the room, but I wanted to use this as a color source too because I've got white on the chairs by the fireplace, so I just ribboned it here and brought it up to eye level. So again, ground, so assess 3 points. Ground level, mid-level, eye level. Make sure you've distributed the colors across and that you have something anchoring the floor, whether it be a rug or an area rug, and then that you're ribboning that color. Do you want me to show you one more room?
Yeah, I would
so
love
just for
that.
an example.
Can I ask one more question?
Oh, yeah.
So, on your plants, do you do all live plants or do you ever do artificial plants?
So, funny you should ask. I wish I could say I have a green thumb, and I've actually taken care of all these plants.
I mean, they look
but
beautiful.
Thank you. Mine are live. I used to use artificial.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, if you've got allergies, they're dust catchers oftentimes. And when they're not live, it's so easy to just ignore them and have them on a shelf and have them just filthy.
Right.
So you don't pay attention to them. So I have live, and I'll tell you, my secret is that I have here in San Diego, we have a company called Plantology Design. So she comes in and services them for me, and that sounds like so silly. I hate to say that, but my cost of a service, and I think every area has plant services, it costs me less than going to a florist and getting like a beautiful bouquet of flowers once a month just to service. And they have all of these fresh plants that add their accessories, not buying accessories.
Right.
And I like the oxygen the plants bring in the air because it cleanses and purifies the air. And it just feels fresh and alive. So that's my little splurge to myself.
Yeah, I love that.
It's like, yeah, that's my splurge. So I like live. That's
Okay,
my
great.
preference.
Yeah, you're right. You don't have to dust the artificial.
Yeah, yeah.
Forget about it.
Doesn't mean you can't have artificial. I just feels a little like pampering with my live ones.
Right. Okay, good.
So I'm going to actually show you another place where I'm using, since we talked about plants,
Okay, perfect.
right here on the sofa table. And we're going to just walk over to another room, but just in passing, when you're using lamps as accessories, this is something I'm sorry, not even as an accessory. When you have lamps, they count as an accessory item. So the same rule applies when we talked about the shelves. Uneven numbers work the best. So here we've got 3, this counts as one accent item, the books, and I brought in the same colors that I have in the accent pillows. These books are on purpose here, and I've even tested out different whites to make sure the whites work. That's how obsessive I get with it. But I use varied the shape and varied the height. And so the plant is a different shape, a different height, and then just a little bit of sparkle of the gold here. The iron on the sofa table coordinates with the iron on the coffee table and the iron in the drapery hardware, even though they're not a matchy set. But with the lamps, because I've got 2 lamps on here, that counts as 2 objects. So if I just had 2 objects here, that would be 4, and it wouldn't be nearly as interesting. So you'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an uneven number. And watch what happens when I pop another accessory on here. Like, this is a great candle. I like it, but it just kills the whole look. Now it just looks like clutter because there are too many objects. But when I remove it again and get to an uneven number, it just looks a lot better. So let's move to the back sitting area. I'm going to traipse you straight through the center of the courtyard again. You don't have to do as much walking with me. And we're going to go to a little sitting area that, again, is going to act as a mini living room if you've got a little bit smaller space. We're going to talk about ribboning the room. And again, when it doesn't feel quite finished or quite right, the things to think about. So let's come on back here. We're here a little bit earlier today. All right. Back into the sitting area. So ribboning the colors, all the same. Actually, I guess this is what I want to share, make sure you know. No matter how big or small your home is, whether it's rented, shared, or owned, the same design principles apply. It doesn't matter how expensive your furniture is or how inexpensive it is, the same things happen. And so this room, let's pretend this is a smaller living room, maybe in an apartment or in your home. Same thing. You've got walls, you've got a floor, you've got a ceiling, you've got windows most often. I have been in teeny apartments in New York that didn't have windows, but you have the same elements. So look for the same thing. So the floor is the ground level, and you want to bring that color up to the accent pillows, if you have them, and then to the artwork, if you have them. And that's why the black for this rug worked well in this room. Oftentimes black can be thought of as pretty harsh, and if you don't address it anywhere else, it absolutely is too harsh, but it acts as a good color shot. And then with the blue, we ribbon the blue in different areas around the room, and I'll show you how we brought this blue in through a little piece of rock. Surprise, surprise, since I like these rocks.
I know,
so
I see
much.
them all around your entire house.
But it was not that expensive as this little chunk, but it brought blue to the center, and
Yeah.
the coffee table book. There's a shot of blue, and that's how I got the blue. And then you'll notice that there's some grays in the pillows and grays at the drapery. These are draperies that I had already for another reason, and when I changed to the blacks and the blue indigo tone, I still wanted to be able to use them. So I'm going to spin you back around and look at this little sitting area, and we're going to catch a breed over here, our designer, but I just took a gray throw and brought it to the same white fabric that was at the other side of the room. And then again, so that's ribboning this way, addressing the floor level with the rug, and not everything's leggy. So we've got this, the ottoman is finished to the floor because I've got the leggy table next to it, so it balances.
Mm-hmm.
And then leggy end tables because I've got this ottoman goes to the floor, so if I had end tables that went to the floor, everything might be too heavy, because you do want some air to flow through there. And then so just again, floor, mid with the pillows and with the accent items, and then eye level, that's artwork, could be a chandelier, could be draperies, could be a tree, or could be a plant. So those are the designer cheat ways on when a room isn't feeling quite right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back now and looking at my room to see how I can improve it with those great tips.
Is yours feeling good? Do you feel?
No, I mean, I ended up with kind of a couple extra couches. So I have like a couch here, and then I have a couch over there.
Okay.
But I just don't feel like the space is, like I don't know if I should. I know a lot of times people will get the like sectionals, and then sometimes they'll get the sofas. What's your opinion like on the sectionals versus? Because I know another gal that I worked with, she was a designer. I didn't think she was that crazy about like sectionals, but what's
Good. That didn't come from just me. And your furniture buyers are going to kill me for this one because sectionals are in a lot of homes, and they have their place. And I'll tell you, they have their place if you have a really large family and you need to seat a lot of people, and they have their place if you're in a game room or a TV room, because you just sack out and Jax is just gonna make himself at home.
Yeah, he likes
Hi,
you.
Jax. Do you like Jody? So sectional though in a living room can be hard to get around, and you have to walk all the way around it at times to get in, and also you don't have as many opportunities for interesting mixing and matching in the room. So it depends on the room and the spot. For you, what it sounds like I think would be fun is to break up the 2 sofas. So maybe have a sofa and 2 chairs.
Okay.
And the other thing to pay attention to when you're putting your grouping together is that you could, like you and I are having conversations sitting across from each other.
Right.
If this was all we had in the living room, you don't necessarily want your guests sitting on the coffee table to have that
Right.
conversation. So you bring a chair over here like this, and that completes the room, and so then conversation can flow really easily, and it also just helps the grouping. So if you took your sofa and had a couple chairs across from it instead, or even on the ends, you could have 2 chairs this way and 2 chairs across.
Okay, great.
That helps.
Yeah, thanks for the tip.
You're welcome. We have giveaways.
Yes.
Is now a good time?
Sure.
I don't want to spill the beans too early.
Right, yep, so it's a pillow right there.
We have our new Eternal Pillow, which I'm so excited about. And so we're giving away this pillow that is just now launching. And it is 5 winners. This I love. It's a shredded memory foam and gel interior core, and then a quilted layer down. So it's got the really comfort, resiliency, and luxuriness that the down brings, and our quilted signature pattern that one of our designers designed. So
Beautiful.
I love it. Okay, so we've got 5 pillow winners. Are we ready?
Ready.
All right, drum roll, please. I like it. Valerie Stiefel, you're won a pillow. Linda Ward, you're number 2, and you won a pillow as well. 3 more. Barb Kinney, you're one of our winners. 2 more. Norma Wilson, she just won a pillow. And last but not least, Linda Gilliland, you've won a pillow. Thank you guys so much for commenting. We are gonna air again.
Yes, our last segment.
At 3 o'clock. That's where we have our grand prize giveaway, and it's our mattress. I'm so excited about it. So we're gonna give that away at the end of our 3 o'clock segment. The 3 o'clock segment is about how to take a modern look that is really popular right now and still keep it warm and not too contemporary and blend it into anybody's environment. And then we've got a lot of viewer questions that are coming in. So
yeah, so basically we're going to take all the viewer questions that we have, and we're going to look through those, and then I'm going to get a list of those, and I'm going to ask Jennifer the questions so we can answer those questions for you.
So keep the answers coming in until 3 o'clock, and then hopefully we'll pick your question, and then we'll have our mattress giveaway.
Yes, perfect.
All right. Thanks,
Well,
you guys.
See you back at 3 o'clock.